What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to bring you another vacuum to the channel. This time it is of my newly acquired Hoover Dirt Finder, also known as the Hoover Dimension and Hoover Dimension Supreme. This is one of the many variants of the Dimension, and this is actually the top of the line version of the Dimension, or the Hoover Elite series altogether. Any higher up, this would have been the self-propelled power drive version by now. So I stumbled across this locally for sale off OfferUp for very cheap, which surprisingly you can get a lot of these for like next to nothing. And most of the time there's literally nothing wrong with them. Just needs a little bit of cleaning up and a little TLC, and then it's good to go. And that was the case with this one. This is one of the more rare versions of the Hoover Elite Upright that features the embedded dirt finder, which I honestly didn't know the embedded dirt finder could come on a Hoover Elite, because I've seen them a lot on Hoover Windtunnels, and I just never thought they would feature on an Elite. But this is actually one of the many versions, or one of the more popular versions was this, the power drive version, the Legacy Dirt Finder. Then there was a Breathe Easy wide path version of with the embedded dirt finder. But basically, to find one, it's pretty scarce. I was just lucky enough to find this, and these are very rare Elites. As many people know by now, I love Hoover Elites. I always try to snatch one up whenever a good-looking one comes across my path, in case I got this one. So, let's give a walkthrough. So, right here is your upper tool storage. Right here houses your dusting brush, crevice tool, and your upholstery tool. These actually are not the originals. I actually robbed these from other machines for other Elites just for the sake of this video, because I know the upholstery tool is the original one, but the dusting and crevice tool are not. So obviously up here is your embedded dirt finder. You have a little sensitivity switch for high and then regular. I always like to leave it on regular. And something that's pretty interesting about these Elite dirt finders, they're actually ran off the power of a little 9-volt battery that actually sits up in this little tray right up here. And that gives power to the embedded dirt finder. And as you can see right now, I could actually turn it on the embedded dirt finder without the vacuum even being plugged in, because the power of the embedded dirt finder is actually not ran directly off the motor, and Hoover decided for whatever reason to run it off that little 9-volt battery. So people think this thing is broken because the embedded dirt finder stopped working, when in reality the battery's just gone dead. So not a major deal. And right here you have your Hoover Type Y bag. This is a HEPA cloth genuine bag. I would like to point that out. It's a little bit smaller than the Type Z bag, but not a major deal. At least you can get these in HEPA cloth configuration, the Type Ys, and they will fit. The collar is the exact same size. And right here, you actually have a little check bag indicator that as the bag fills up, this will actually slide out to let you know that you need to change your bag. As you can see, it's actually mounted on this little arm right on the inside of the bag compartment. And it's actually pressed out by this little rubber tab. It just pushes out like that to let you know you need to change your bag. Very nice feature, especially for a direct air machine. I never thought they would be able to come up with something like that. So as we move along down, you have your 4-position carpet height adjustment for low, then to high. Then the 5th setting is actually for the automatic hose. Basically, it just blocks off suction going to the head of the vacuum, to which it'll all go through the hose. And speaking of hose, this actually has a long, flexible hose. It actually mounts onto the cleaner like such. You have right here your single extension wand. And on the back here, you have a little section to store extra bags, should you so desire. And you also have your very long, I think this is about a 30-foot cord. It is in relatively good condition, except for this small little nick right here. Which, unfortunately, it's not easy to get cords for these things because they are a proprietary design. In fact, parts for these are getting actually harder and harder to find now that I think about it, because because this is back in the days when Hoover was owned under Maytag before they were moved under that Chinese TTI. And so because of that, they have no longer offered support for these old Elite style machines. So parts are not easy to come by. If you're lucky, you may find some new old stock on Amazon or eBay. So anyway, right up here you have your prominent Hoover symbol, energy efficient, 99% of microfiltration down to 5 microns. Now that I'm running the HEPA bag in there. It's a full-size bag, sort of. Posture perfect handle. And a stair cleaning handle. Pretty interesting feature. You basically hold it at the end here to clean your stairs. And you have all your lettering right up here. Like I said, 5 cleaning positions. However, this last one's not necessarily a cleaning position. It's more like hose diversion. Right here, your Hoover lettering on top here. Cleaning effectiveness per amp. This was actually one of Hoover's marketing techniques back then. Just the bigger numbers always made these higher end machines look more appealing on the shelf. Because I have a green Hoover Dimension, which is basically the same thing, but obviously green color scheme and without the embedded dirt finder, and it was rated at 19 cleaning effectiveness per amp, which there is no way to accurately measure that. Hoover just did that as a marketing technique. And as you can see right here, it uses only 7.3 amps. It's brushed edge cleaning on both sides and is a furniture friendly width. I really do like this large bumper guard that Hoover put on these higher end style machines. Let's go ahead and get this thing back to show you the underside. Is the all original brush roll, and so far as I can tell, it's in fairly decent conditions. The bristles aren't entirely worn down, and it is fairly stiff. There's still obviously bound to be some wear in the bristles, but still cleans pretty good for what it is. And I just recently put a fresh new belt in it, so it's good to go there. Now let's go ahead and turn this thing on its side to show you the model number. Right here is Hoover Cleaner model U5231-930. 120 volts, 60 hertz, 7.3 amps. And there's your belt style, so you know what belt to get. And also the bag type. And also your serial number right here. To serial date these Hoovers, I definitely could tell you that the first 4 digits decode the month and the year. So basically 1296. So basically this vacuum was made in December of 1996. It's for household use only. Made in the USA. That's something you will never see on anything, on any newer department store vacuum, is anything that's made in the USA these days. Everything's going to either made in China or made in Mexico. So it's not too much you find American craftsmanship that doesn't cost a fortune back then. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and release the cord. Quick release cord hook as usual. You also do have a belt storage right there to store extra belts. So, now let's go ahead and plug this guy in. And we'll go ahead and turn this thing on and demo it for you guys so you can get a glimpse of this thing running. So in typical high-end Elite fashion, the power switch is actually on the top of the handle instead of down on the side base of the machine like lower ends are. So let's get to it. Now, quick disclaimer, typical Elite fashion, these things are very loud, so headphone users beware. So here we go.
Don't expect miracle suction out of this thing. Because this is a direct air machine, it doesn't have the best suction. This thing tends to produce more airflow than suction. This is how long of a reach you get with the flexible hose. Dusting brush. I do like on these vacuums the low suction, especially when it comes to cleaning delicates. It's not too high. This thing's a very smooth runner. And definitely cleans good. Well, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Hoover Dirt Finder Elite or Dimension. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.